Hello everyone, welcome to the Ahdurin region. I am your host, Ahdurin himself, and we are back with the Detective Grimoire series. What? Yeah, there's a new Detective Grimoire game, and by new, I mean very old. This is the prequel, I guess, for the game that we played previously on the channel. So, this is just called, I believe it's just called Detective Grimoire. The future game is Detective Grimoire, Secret of the Swamp, and then there's Tangle Tower, the one after that. So, this is the one that eventually got remade into the swamp idea. You can see a lot of similarities between the two and the whole amusement park and the connection. Some of the characters show up similarly and yada yada yada. But yes, this exists and it's very fun. So if you have no idea what's going on, there is a playlist in the description below of this game and all of the future episodes. While you're down there, leave a like, comment, subscribe, do all those important things that are great for helping a YouTube channel grow, and we shall dive into the story, or at least continue with the story. So we just finished talking with Mandy about different things, and I believe we have found all the clues here. So it's a little bit simpler, I suppose, because, for example, we know the books are the clue because you can see as I hover over them, the books thing pops up at the top. But while we are here, I believe, so we've gone car park to the fairground entrance, to the outside the funhouse, the Hoops game stall, and now we can move on to the next location, whatever that is. I believe I guess just head to the can game stall. There we go. Oh, look, it's the little girl. It's you again. You need to find your parents and go home, I'm afraid.
I can't go just yet. You still need my help.
I'm quite capable of carrying out this investigation without you, thanks. Although that map is really useful.
Really? Have you managed to get into the fun house yet?
I haven't even tried, to tell you the truth.
There's a small opening to the left of the main door. You can go through there. It'll lead into a small office where he used to work.
Thanks, I guess. She's gone. What a weird kid. Guess I'll try getting through that opening after I've checked out the scene of the crime. Okay. So while we're here, there's no characters here, but there's a bunch of stuff, so we might as well look around for clues. It's a big space. There's a considerable space behind that table. Looks like no one's there at the moment. There's the window as well. You can clearly see the Hall of Mirrors through that grubby little window. I don't think there are any other... Oh, green marker, I guess. What's this green marker pen doing here? I can't help feeling it's out of place. Okay, more big space, window, but I think that's pretty much it. So we've got the Mandy's collection of books that we found previously, and then the green marker pen nearly completely used up, so I guess we can look for green marker stuff in the future. Okay. The map and the notes. So the notes will open up with more information here. I won't go through them all the time, but it's pretty much just whatever we find. It'll go into more detail about it. I think at this point, we can head to, I guess this is the mirror area. Yep, the Hall of Mirrors. That is a moving individual. I guess we'll talk to Ricky. Hey there, kiddo. What's your name? It's Grimoire, Detective Grimoire, and I'm no kid, thank you very much. Sounds like somebody needs candy floss. Did you lose your hat? Aw. I did not need any candy floss, and I did not lose my hat. Now, if you don't mind, I need to ask you about last night's murder. Hey man, no need to shout. That I did not expect. Can that guy really be a kid's entertainer? I feel like that fits as well with like a dramatic shift in voice. Yeah, so I'm the entertainer here. I entertain kids and stuff. That's great. Ricky War, is it? That's it. What do you want then? Well, I'm not very entertained, that's for sure. I guess we can start with some conversation. Actually, before we do, there's a red nose right there. A clown's red nose. Wonder what it's doing on the ground. Okay. I'm just trying to look through, find anything here. There's a window here. You can clearly see the Hall of Mirrors light shining through the single window. Okay. Anything else interesting? We can move inside in a second. There's the oil. Some oil is spilled right by the door to the Hall of Mirrors. That's interesting. I want to talk to Ricky yet. Okay. Let's get to Ricky. So what happened last night? Right then. I need to know everything you saw last night. In as much detail as you can manage, please. Yeah. I was here all evening. Nothing happened. You have to remember something. Think. If he does, or I'll be a little stuck. Well, I guess there was the one thing. Excellent. Please, go on. I went home pretty late. On my way past here, I saw Hugh. Outside the Hall of Mirrors? Hugh? Yeah, he was hidden inside, actually. Mumbling something about leaving the light on. The light? Was it on last night? Yeah, I don't know why, though. Maybe that's why he was going in, to switch it off. Did you notice anything else? Didn't see anything. Not even... Well, see that oil by the door to the Hall of Mirrors? That wasn't there when Hugh went in last night. I see. Well, that's very helpful. Thanks, Ricky. Wait, there's one more thing. As I was walking away, I heard a loud squeaking noise. I guess it was probably the Hall of Mirrors door. Wow, you turned out to be useful after all, man. What? I mean, thanks again. Okay, bye. So, Hugh went into the Hall of Mirrors to turn off the light. The oil wasn't on the ground when he went in, and the door let out a screech when he opened it. What does this all mean? That is true. That's a lot of information that I'm not sure if any of it helps. I mean, it does, but not yet, at least. Can you tell me anything else about the fairground? I can't think of anything. We're all one big happy family. Yep, that's right. Is that so? Yeah, well, few people thought Hugh was a waste of space, but he kind of was like the funhouse is a tip. Not really safe. I remember Farrier always said she could do a better job of running it. Okay. Is that it? Oh, we can go to the other staff, okay. So you're sure you get on with everyone here at the fairground? Yeah, I just kind of keep to myself, usually. I'm not thoroughly convinced. Okay. Anything else? Nope, that's it. Let's head inside, I suppose. Well, here's the crime scene, at least. Very obvious. Nice spooky music. There's the obvious broken mirror. Let's go with the marks on the ground. There's some black marks on the ground. Looks like someone tried to wipe something away. And then glass shards. There's some shards of glass on the floor. They don't seem to be very many. Yeah, that's actually kind of weird. This mirror is gigantic, but there aren't too many glass shards. The mirror's been broken down one side. I don't know why I have this. I don't know why I have the mascot's voice. The mirror's been broken down one side. The door into the hall is not visible in the now shattered reflection. Okay. And blood. A large blood stain on the floor. Understandable, really. Interesting. I think that's all we can get, though. Because I can't see anything else that would come out from here. Let's move forward. Move to the food. Oh no, we're in a different place. Let's talk to Pete. Why, hello there, young man. Can I help you with something? I need a better. Why, hello there, young man. Can I help you with something? As a matter of fact, you can. I assume you know all about the murder last night? Oh, I'm afraid to say I do. Such a terrible loss, one can barely comprehend it. Well, one is gonna have to try. You're the mechanic, right? Bader Numbhead at your service. I believe you meet my niece, Mandy. Your niece? Oh, yes, I have. Glad to hear it. I hope she was polite to you. So this is Mandy's uncle, the mechanic. I wonder what I can learn from him. Let's search around for some clues. I don't want to move outside yet. Just kind of examining. I'm gonna be honest, this place looks like a dump. It's not particularly well maintained. I mean, look at that. The big wheel, half the letters are gone. Or broken apart or something. Last night. So, if you don't mind me asking, where were you last night? Well, let's think about that. For most of the evening, I was fixing the back of the funhouse, as always. But I remember leaving relatively early. Thinking upon it now, I'm quite glad that I did. Did you see or hear anything suspicious last night? Anything at all? Well, I did catch a glimpse of young Ricky and Charles arguing right over there by the Hall of Mirrors. The entertainer and the clown? I'm glad that they're doing this because I don't remember everyone's names properly, but I do remember the entertainer and the clown. Ricky and Charles were arguing outside the Hall of Mirrors last night. What about? I'm not normally one for eavesdropping, of course, but I think it was something to do with being popular with the children. Something about a red nose. I can't remember much else. Maybe you should ask them? Should definitely go back and ask Ricky and Charles about that. Might be important. Cool. Ooh, we got all of your things, I guess. So let's go into the fairground. Have you worked here long? Oh yes, a very long time. I've seen many staff members come and go, but Gary normally knows how to run things. Gary? Yeah, who's that? Gary Coyle's our boss. You'll probably find him in his office. Yes, he's usually very capable of making the right decisions. Not always? Is anyone? Does he want me to answer? Oh good, he looked away. I'm no good at rhetorical questions. I guess. Okay. Staff relations. How well do you get on with the rest of the staff? As well as could be expected. Apart from, I've been known to argue with Charles on a couple of occasions. Most of the people here are guilty of that. He's so difficult sometimes. Sounds like Pete doesn't have much love for Charles the clown. Huh. What about the fairgrounds fee? So, you like the way things are run around here? Most of the time, yes. I think I could say that. Not the only one to think that the funhouse has seen better days. Hugh never really enjoyed his job, I don't think. He let the funhouse fall into a state of disarray? Yes, I'm afraid so. My niece Mandy often complains of it to me. I tell her not to cause trouble, but I know she could do a better job any day. So Pete knows of his niece's desire to run the funhouse. There's a lot of random pieces that are fitting together, but I don't know how useful all those pieces are. Alright, let's keep going. Hey, Jerry. What's up? Are you Jerry Spears? The police tell me that you were the one to discover the murder last night. You got it. That was pretty scary stuff, I tell ya. I can imagine. You're the cleaner here at the fairgrounds, am I correct? I prefer the term refuge engineer. Refuge engineer? I assume. Refuge engineer, actually. Oh, sure, I'm sorry. You look quite young to be working here. Too young to be working at a fun fair? Most of the guys here are too old, that's what I say. I don't think you have a country accent. Yeah, I am the youngest person here, but being young has its perks, you know. Cleaner or not, I have a feeling this guy is gonna have some important information on him. Okay, let's move to the toilet. I guess it has its own clues, I suppose. There's a bin here. Oh, I guess we can sort through this. There's a similar thing in the other game, where you sort through the bin to find anything interesting. I guess we're looking at the pliers. There we go. I found a pair of blue wire cutters in the bin. Yeah, that seems odd. There's a sign. They appear to have some sort of chili dish on special. Okay. Alright, what happened last night? Obviously, I'll need to recount the events of last night. I'll need you to recount the evidence of last night. You're an important witness. Don't worry, man. I've been going over this in my head since last night. I haven't forgotten a single detail. I'll bet. I stayed pretty late. I was cleaning up around here all evening. Eventually, I went around the whole fairground to give it a final clean. I feel like you should have a higher voice. That's when I went into the Hall of Mirrors and found you. You weren't the last person here, though, right? That's right. Mandy was still here working away, so I ran to find her. We called the police, and as soon as they arrived, after we gave our statements, we were allowed to leave. And that's it? Yeah. Why, did I forget something? Huh. So, you normally stay around the food court? Naturally. This is the area that needs the most cleaning. Did you notice anything else yesterday? Seems like you'd have a pretty good view from here. A good view? You bet. I did notice a couple things. I got here real early, you see, before the boss. I saw Pete coming from the direction of the office in the morning. He put something in that bin there, and then went to the toilet cubicle. Is that right? I bet he probably scribbled some stupid message on the wall in there. People are always using it as a message board. Honestly, it's just extra work for me, you know. Sounds like I need to check out that bin. And the toilet cubicle. Okay, so we've already checked the bin out. What about the fairgrounds here? The fun fair is so run down. How has it not been shut down by health inspectors? I get that a lot. Why have they even employed a cleaner, you're thinking? Apparently the abandoned look is very popular with the kids these days. We create everything to look old and rusted and dirty, but in fact it's all incredibly clean. The table behind me is only a couple days old. Hold on. How do you tell when things really do get dirty? Well, you see, I guess I have no idea. Makes my job easier, don't you think? More time to take in the sights. The sights? What do you mean the sights? Oh, what do you mean by the sights? Oh, well, trees and birds and whatnot. Stuff like that, right? I haven't noticed a single tree or bird since I've been here. I think Jerry's hiding something. Ooh, I like this part. Yeah, might as well get the truth. Okay, interesting. When a character is hiding something, you must perform an eye contact interrogation, ECI, to get the truth out of them. You control Grimoire's eye movement with your mouse. Hold your cursor to the left of his face to look away from the suspect. As soon as they begin lying, you should be able to tell. There will be a white flash. Move your cursor to the right to look at them in the eye. If you get it right, they will break down and tell you the truth. Now move your mouse over the back button and click to start eye contact interrogation. Interesting. What is it that you love to stare at all day? Or should I just take a guess? Just sort of go off in my own little world. I'm only a kid. That's what we do. It's something a little more specific than that. Like what? There we go. Like Mandy Farrier. What? Why her? What's so special about... Okay, I can't. I give in. I can't help myself. She's so perfect. Can you blame me? You stay in the food court so you can stare at Mandy all day? Don't you think that's a little creepy? I'll bet I'm the least creepy person you've spoken to here at the fairground. Don't judge me so harshly. Don't worry, kid. I won't say anything. So maybe you should get a hobby or something. Don't worry, kid. I feel so old. Anyway, Jerry, creepy as he was, wasn't lying about that, because he's only young. I wonder what Mandy thinks of him. Okay. Does that mean that we've... Oh, there we go. We've cured their... So I guess if we do that little game, that we figure it out. So we have a lot more information about him. And we know that he's innocent at least, so he's staring at Mandy. Let's go move to the toilet, I suppose. I don't want to move to the food court yet. There's a bunch of stuff here. There's a drawing. There's a drawing depicting Hugh getting hit by lightning. It's been drawn in green pen. Like the one we got earlier? Interesting. That's moving back to the food court. There's writing over here. There's an argument written on the wall about clowns. It seems to be written by 2 different people. I think that is it. Doesn't seem like there's anything else. And then we already got the thing in the bin. Okay. Let's head to the office then. Guess this is Gary. Before we go to Gary though, let's check the wardrobe. There's a wardrobe here which holds the costume for use in the fairground. Okay. Anything else? There's a wire. The wire providing power to the water cooler has been cut. That's interesting. Not sure why that would do that, but okay. There's a pen pot. There was no green pen in the set of pens. The pot looks like it's been knocked over. The office is a real mess. I wonder why. I could ask Mrs. Coles about that. Mrs. Coles? Are we talking to Mr. Coles? I know this calendar. Calendar on the wall says, get home early on last night's entry. Maybe I should ask Mr. Coyles about this. Here we go. I think that is everything here, so let's finally talk to him. Hey. How did you get in here? This is a staff-only area? I just sort of knocked and you opened the door for me. Do you not remember this? Okay, so he's got like a projection voice. Ah, yes, I remember now. You're the local inspector come to sort out this mess, right? I prefer detective, actually, and yeah, that's right. My mistake. I was led to believe detectives wore hats. That's all. I don't like this guy already. Everyone out here roasted me for not having a hat. I'm Gary Coyles. I run this fairground. Probably not for much longer with the way things are going. A murder in my very own grounds. I can imagine it must be difficult times, but that's where I come in, you see. I'm wondering how helpful this guy is really going to be. Still, it's my job to try. Alright, let's go. Last night, would you mind explaining to me what you were doing yesterday evening? Yesterday? Why? Oh yes, the murder. I had quite forgotten. I remember myself being very annoyed yesterday. Quite dehydrated, yes. I remember coming in shortly before lunch and putting the various costumes into the wardrobe like usual. So Coils brings in the costumes himself, and he arrived shortly before lunch. Anyway, it was quite hot out, you see. My office gets awfully stuffy in the sun, and I couldn't find any way to cool down. That's, well, all important, I suppose. When did you leave in the evening, though? I always stay later than everyone else and go over the fairground for a final check before I leave. Well, I normally do. I think I did last night. I don't see why I wouldn't. There was nothing special going on. The Coil's unsure about when he left last night. Maybe there's a clue in here somewhere that can help me get the truth out of him. Like, I don't know, the calendar that I just looked at. Yeah, let's talk about the fairground. Have you been manager of the fairground long? As long as I can remember, to be honest. So, about 5 minutes in? Yeah, this guy doesn't exactly have the brightest memory. I take great pride in ensuring a safe environment for all my staff and all my public. Some of the staff had been urging me to get rid of Hugh for a while. Did you know he was nearly completely deaf? I didn't, actually. I did, but I guess we're hiding that. Who's trying to get rid of you, then? Well, neither Charles nor Pete particularly loved him. He caused more problems than he solved, that's for sure. Doesn't sound like Hugh was very popular around here, but who was it that finally decided to get rid of him? Actually want to check and see. How long has my recording been? Okay, we're nearly approaching that time, so we'll finish off this conversation. The office. I noticed your office was in a bit of a mess. Doesn't particularly surprise me, but there's no harm in asking, right? Yes, well, I can assure you that I keep this office perfectly tidy under normal circumstances. I haven't really had the time to clear up recently. So the mess is your fault? Well, who else would it be? There is one odd thing. My favorite green pen has gone missing from the pod on the desk. I probably got lost in the mess somewhere, but I noticed it disappeared from my room quite suddenly yesterday. After I came back from lunch, I think. So, was someone in here during the time Coils went to lunch? Interesting. And finally, the water cooler. You told me you couldn't find a way to cool down yesterday. What about the water cooler over there? You're quite right, of course. The water cooler you refer to... The water cooler you refer was, in fact, broken when I came into work yesterday. Not knowing much about these things myself, I called in Pete, our mechanic, to fix it. I think that was around lunchtime. I left him to get on with it as I went to lunch. You left him here alone. Did he fix it? Come to think of it, he didn't. I really should press him on that. I didn't see him again that day, actually. Pete was in here alone while Coils went to lunch. I guess we'll leave the story here. There's a lot of pieces that are slowly fitting together, but I'm not 100% sure how. So, I guess with that being said, let's end it here. Thank you very much for watching and supporting the Ahdurin region in any way, shape, or form that you do. And until next time, take care. Yes, apparently my voice is just me really enunciating everything I say.